Me and Mr. Milo are going to go out in the backyard. I'll show you what he does every single time. Let's go. I'll show you what he does, if he'll do it. Now watch, he's not going to do it this time, I'll bet. But there's one particular spot over here in the corner, out in front of the shed over there, where he lays down and he rolls on his back. And he just has a good old time for a couple minutes. I don't know why he does it, but he does it in the exact same spot every time. So let's see what he does out here today. Look, my seed pod opened on my Majestic back here. Pretty cool. He's just going to smell everything. This dog smells every single thing in the world. And he'll try to pee on it. Even though he's got nothing in his bladder, he'll still try to pee on it. Okay, well, I don't think he's going to do it. He's not doing it right now. Come on. We'll go back in. Alright, well. I told you he wasn't going to do it. I told you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful, crystal clear, it's going to be 88 degrees here today in Central Florida. But anyway, today's project. If you remember, this drain I could not get off of this sink from the master bathroom. I just sprayed it with penetrating oil. I'm going to see if I can get something stuck in there to hold it while I try to twist off that locking nut. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I gotta figure out a way how to do it, so I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna throw you up on a time lapse and we'll see if I can do this or not. Hang tight. Alright guys, as you've seen, I had to cut it because that just would not, yeah, it's kind of dark in here. That just would not become disconnected. So I had to cut it, but I did get it out. It is all out. Now I'm going to take both these sinks. The other one is right over there. Take them, I'm going to clean them up real good. Get them all nice and clean. Prep them, and then I'm going to attempt to put a new coating of porcelain paint over the top of it. So I'm going to go wash these up now, see how clean I can get them without power washing them. I'm hoping I can do it without power washing them. I'm going to see what I can do here. I'll be right back with you. Well, alright guys, these things actually cleaned up pretty good. I don't think I'm going to repaint them. The only thing I got to watch is, like on this one, there's some chipped and rusted around the drain hole there, and up here there's a little chip and rust where the faucet is. But depending on what kind of faucets I buy and what kind of new drains I get, they might be covered up. If not, I'll have to go get one of those small little bottles of epoxy appliance repair paint, and I can just dab them up and, you know, make them hidden. But I think for the most part, I think all that stuff is going to be hidden, with the exception, I think, this one here on the drain, that bigger one on the outside. I don't think that's going to be hidden. God, these birds are loud today. I don't think that one on the drain is going to be hidden, but we'll see. I have the new drains already. I could check it and see, but maybe I'll do that later. Right now I'm leaving them out here, leaving them sit to dry, and we'll go from there. It's getting there, guys. It's getting there. Alright guys, well, I did check the drain that I got, and it is not going to cover this stuff that's in here. So what I'm going to do, I got my little can of acrylic epoxy tub and tile aerosol spray paint replacement. I'm just going to put a light coating over this just to kind of get rid of that stain. This one up here on this one, I'm not going to worry about right now, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be underneath the new faucets once I get them. And then I'm also going to have to do the drain hole around this one, because it's not going to cover that either. So I'm going to get set up here and just put like a light coat of spray paint on there just to get rid of it, and hopefully it'll blend in good. You won't even notice the difference. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, as you've seen, I decided just to go ahead and spray the whole thing. Now I did it there. That one turned out good. That was the first one I did. This one here, I got a little drip happening right there. I need to go tap that out a little bit here in a second. But yeah, that looks a lot better with the whole thing painted like that. Looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. I'm gonna leave it out here in the sun to dry. I'm gonna go tap that dot right now. Hopefully get that to go away. And that's it for those, guys. Later. Oh, I feel bad. Look at what flew in while I had the door open. You see him up there? He's gonna end up dying. Come on out. Out, out. No, the other way, the other way, other way. Other way. Go out. Go out. Go out. Hold on to that. Come on, hold on to that. No. Dang it. This way. No, 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 no. Down, down, down. Fly down, fly down. Oh, almost hit him. Almost hit him. Come here, buddy. You need to go out. You need to go out. 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 Crawl in there. Crawl on there. You need to crawl on there. Come on. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want you to die. Let me see if I can get him out. Dang it. Alright, guys, well, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Actually, it's not as green as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. Anyway, I just vacuumed it, brushed the walls, super shocked it. I'll come back tomorrow and clean the filter again, because by tomorrow this will all be clear. Probably even by later on this afternoon. That will all be clear back to the blue color that it's supposed to be. My allergies are killing me. Back to the blue color that it's supposed to be, and maybe tomorrow night I just might jump in there. I felt the water. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. Feels good. It's going to be 91 today, 93 tomorrow, I think. So maybe tomorrow night I might go in there. Anyway, guys, that's it. I don't know where the butterfly went. I hope he got out. I don't see him. I was trying to get him out. That was a pretty butterfly too. That was a pretty butterfly. I don't see him anywhere unless he's up under here. Which, no, maybe he got out. Maybe he flew out the door. Maybe he found his way out, because I do not see him. I do not see him, which is good. That's a good thing. That was a pretty butterfly. Anyway, guys, gonna let this run. Gonna let it shock. Gonna let it settle down. Tomorrow I'll put in I got a clarifier thing that goes in the water and it clumps all the particles together and sends them into the filter as a solid, like, little clump. Cleans out the water better and everything. So probably gonna do that tomorrow. That's it for today, guys. Later. You being stubborn? Do you want to go out in the yard? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on out of here. Come on. Come here. You don't want to go out here? I guess he doesn't want to come out here. That is very odd. He normally runs out here with me all the time. I was going to take him out in the backyard for a little bit, but I guess he doesn't want to go. Later. What is up, guys? As you may or may not know, I am going up to Chicago this coming up weekend. So Melissa asked me to make her some beef jerky. So there is the big London broil steak. There is my secret concoction of marinade that I use. So I'm going to cut this down into the little strips. It's still a little frozen. I gotta leave it sit out for about 10 minutes, but it's still a little frozen. So I'm gonna start cutting it down. I'm gonna get it in the marinade. It's gonna sit in the marinade all night. Tomorrow I am going to throw it in the dehydrator to make her beef jerky, which she doesn't know this yet, but she's gonna have to share it with my mom. I'm not sure how well that fight is gonna go, but we'll see what happens once I get up there. But yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Now, I do have a beef jerky video. If I remember when I'm doing this, I'll link that down on how I make my beef jerky. But yeah, I'm getting ready to make a batch of beef jerky for Melissa when I go up to Chicago, since she is picking me up from the airport. She is taking me back to the airport, so it's the least I can do. She asked me if I can make her some jerky, so I'll do that for her, I guess. I'm her dad. I kind of have to. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing here in a little bit. I'm going to be cutting that down, dropping it in the marinade, throwing it in the fridge overnight, and I'm going to be dehydrating it tomorrow morning. Later, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful, it's going to be 93 degrees today here in Central Florida. And today's project, I finally got my new what's going to be my faucets for my bathroom sink. It's kind of like that little waterfall looking kind of thing. And there's my freshly painted sink that I did the other day. And this comes with the faucet and the drain and everything, the plate. So I'm going to set you up here, and then I'm going to try to figure out how this goes on. Let's get going. Alright guys, there it is. Little waterfall faucet hooked on there. I did the other one too while you weren't looking, which is right there. So those are all set to go in. Unfortunately now I cannot put them back in yet because the countertop is still curing. The hard top coat is still curing. It's only been 3 days. Needs a cure for at least 7, so probably will not put those back in until next week. I'm going to let that countertop cure really good, probably a good week and a half, 2 weeks before I put anything on it. I did get a bathroom set, a white marble looking bathroom set to go on there, you know, cup, toothbrush holder, soap dish, soap dispenser type of thing. So that's going to go on there when I'm done. The sinks are going to go in, and then I start on painting the cabinets. They are already primed. All I got to do is match the color of the gray marble. I'm going to match that, go get some paint, cabinet paint, and then I'm going to paint the cabinets that color. And then that will be done. The only thing I'll have to do after that is put the new carpet in the closet that's in there and get the new closet organizer thing, which I have no idea what I'm even going to get for that. But anyway guys, yep, they are done. I put those together. I like those faucets. Now some of the reviews on there said that they are kind of loud when they run. I won't know. I'll let you know once I get around to it. It's probably going to be a couple weeks before I get to that. But yeah guys, but they are done. That is it for today. 93 degrees out today. I am just going to relax a little bit. Mr. Milo is still here. He's inside the house where it's a little bit cooler. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Later. Mr. Milo is inside today. Now, he is probably enjoying it in here today only because this house right now, because as you can see, I am making jerky. It's only been on here for an hour and a half, but I'm making jerky, and every time I make this, hold on, let me get that on. Every time I make that, this house smells so good. And I'm sure that Mr. Milo right now is thoroughly enjoying being in the house, or it's probably making him a little bit hungry. But he's still got 4 hours before he needs to eat. But I think he's liking it in here today. It's nice and cool in here today. I do have the air on for him. It's 90 outside. What did I say? It's going to be 93, 91, whatever. It is 90 outside right now. So he's staying in here, smelling the delicious jerky being made. and he's just kind of chilling. I'm going to go outside, clean up, bring those sinks back in. I'm going to put them out on the patio and pull the car back in, and I'm done for today, guys. Later. Bright flash, bright flash. All right, guys. Well, that was this week's Around the House. This week, essentially what I did is I got the sinks prepared to be put back in. Now, I cleaned them up real good, and I showed you there was those couple chips, one around the drain over there and one on the top. And the original drains that I had would not cover them. But when I bought the new faucet that I put in, that came with a drain, which had a bigger cap on it that actually did cover it. But before I figured that out, I ended up going ahead and painting them. Now, when I started painting them, I was just going to do the one little area around the drain there, you know, just to get rid of that little mark. But then as I started doing it, as I started to put the light coat on it, the rest of that bowl started looking real good. So that's why I went ahead and just did the whole thing on both of them. I put a nice new porcelain light coat of paint on it. I mean, you can't even really tell it's there. If you put your hand in there and you rub it, you can kind of feel it a little bit because it isn't really smooth, you know, like a real porcelain would be. There's a little bit of a roughness to it. But you know what? Unless you're going to go up there and rub your hands all over it, you ain't never going to know. It looks like a brand new sink. I got the new faucet installed on it coming up maybe next week or the week after. I will go ahead and put those back in. I couldn't put them back in this video because the epoxy top coat on the vanity was less than a week old, and you can't put anything on it for a week. So I couldn't put them in this video, but that is coming up. I do reinstall them and put them in and everything. And yeah, let's see. That's about it. Just basically, it was the sinks this week. Getting those all together, getting them all put in place to get everything situated and everything. So with that being said, I hope you all had a good 4th of July. My neighborhood here lights up like crazy on the 4th of July. I just go sit out in my driveway come about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I have a couple beers, and I mean, they're just all over the place, just going up like crazy. My one neighbor behind the houses that are at the end of my street, on the street that's behind there, he does this fantastic show. You know, he's got to work in a company or something that puts these things together, because I mean, that show that he does is is as good, if not better, than some of these shows that the cities and that put on. I mean, and he does it all right in the street there, and it's a good 10-15 minute show, just one right after the other, bam, bam, bam. I showed you a video of this stuff previously. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, there was no taste test challenge on Tuesday because of it being the 4th. I put out a post saying that. So come back on Tuesday for another taste test challenge. Come back Friday for another Around the House. And I will see you guys then. Thanks, guys.